National Geographic explorer and a scientist at UC San Diego, and despite losing his leg below the knee in 2016, Albert Lin has maintained a relentless quest to discover more about the farthest reaches of our planet, or right north of us in Mammoth. He'll share his inspiring story, which started right here in San Diego in front of a sold-out crowd at the Conrad in La Jolla on Thursday. But he's talking to us first here on The Four. Albert, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I have to say, this was a hard interview to get ready for because I have so many questions.
Oh, let them come.
But we only have 5 minutes or something. So, okay, you use high tech to resurrect legendary cities around the world. That's what your bio says. So tell people the cities that you've gone looking for.
I mean, I've been all over the world, right? Really, I think probably what I'm most known for is the use of laser beams on drones or helicopters to try to punch through jungles and see what's underneath. In the jungles of Guatemala and Mexico, we found something like, I don't know how many times I've been at a pyramid for the first time since it was abandoned, right? It's so incredible that there's an age of discovery that's still alive. But I got my start in Mongolia, where I was looking for Genghis Khan's tomb using satellites and drones and radar and all these technologies that I was trying to pull together when I was just right out of grad school at UCSD. So that was, that was how it began, was going from a parking lot where I was living in my car in UCSD to riding a horse across the plains of Mongolia.
Wild.
And now we're here today.
Without that technology, would you have been able to find what you have found? No.
No, I mean, look, technology is this incredible thing. We imagine it, we build it, it becomes real, and then there are these tools that allow us to look in the beyond, right? The first time a telescope was invented, we saw into the stars. The first time a microscope was invented, we could see into, the microscopic, the invisible small things right in front of us, but beyond our visible, range. Now there's tools that allow us to look through the trees or underneath the ground or through water columns to find what's been hidden over layers of time. And that's just unbelievable.
Can you rank, I mean, I don't know how you would, but can you tell us some of your favorites, your top places that you've discovered using this high technology?
Well, the jungles have always been incredible for me. When you wake up in the morning in a camp in the middle of the jungle, the sound of all the animals that are it's like a cacophony of noise. They're all trying to kill you. That's what you're told right off the bat.
Sounds so fun.
But when you figure out that they're really small, you're gonna be okay for the most part. The next thing you know, you're on a real adventure the way that you imagined it as a kid. I've got a machete, I'm hacking through the jungle, and then you're standing in front of a pyramid that represented this very sacred, incredible thing to people that were forgotten for 1,000 years. And then you're standing there and you feel their presence. You feel what they felt when they were there, when it was actually in use. And it tells you something about what it means to be human. And I think that's why I look. I'm looking into the ancient past to figure out why I feel the way I do today, to figure out what I can imagine into reality tomorrow.
So cool. We're like in a scene of Moana right now. I can feel it. Tell me, have you found any wild artifacts?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's really, there's some interesting ones. But probably the most interesting thing that I found was on the way to find the artifacts, right? It was the journey. They always say it's the journey, right? But a lot of times I'll have to meet with indigenous communities or local chiefs or things like this to even get permission. And you have to go into those rituals, you have to go in, perform the ceremonies, and sometimes you start to realize that cultures across the world have found these ways to tap into our mind in ways that really kind of take you to another place, so to speak.
Yeah.
And those are tools. I think of them almost like technologies that have shown me how we have time and time again unlocked parts of our imagination that are hidden just beyond the surface.
Okay, well, we've just scratched the surface, I know, but you're speaking at the Conrad. It's sold out. There is a wait list?
Yeah, speaking at the Conrad, this is really special to me. This is my hometown. San Diego is my hometown. I surf at Blacks. My kids go to school here. I went to school here.
It's a friendly crowd, so they'll be there
This is my
Thursday.
tribe, yeah.
And we'll try to get in.
If you put your name on the wait list, I think there's always tickets that become available.
Okay.
But yeah, thankful to be home with my home team and to tell a story around a
So
campfire.
cool. Okay, Albert, thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
You too.
All right, Carlo.